I am Ledge. Let's not waste any time. Fuck the vet, says Ace Amin and Drugz. That was the title of a more recent episode of Champion. Shout out to Jay Black, who always does a tremendous job on that show. And pretty much it was the same stuff, but they said something that I completely disagree with when they were talking in terms of how it is now compared to the old era, the Smack URL era, basically that first wave of talent when you bring up all the St. Louis guys, the Midwest movement, the Detroit guys, and a lot of the staples in the East Coast. When you talk about Surf, Suge, and you talk about Goods and DNA and Clips, that whole run, that early 09, 2010, 11, and 12 run of just guys who were putting the groundworks in for this URL TV shit. And Ace Amin and Drugz were saying, yeah, like, that's cool, but I feel our talent pool is better and there's more of us, and they couldn't compete. Y'all class couldn't compete with this class. Now, I will agree it's way more guys now. Like, it's broad. Let's not kid ourselves, but that's also because popularity. And how do you gain popularity? Over time. So who contributed to that popularity that was gained over time? Well, the popularity that broadens the whole base of battle rap, which helps expand and gets other leagues to build their platforms, which creates more talent, more young gunners out here, is all off the strength of the guys that you're trying to knock in this debate. You get what I'm saying? You see how that comes full circle? So yes, there's a bevy of guys who are out there. They're throwing banned legacy cards like every other day now. But that's all off the strength of what these young guys did when they were younger, back in 09 and 010. And also, let's not confuse a bigger talent pool with quality of depth. Like, let's distinguish the two, first of all. You guys are the young, and I don't mean you as an Ace and Drugz in particular, but the people you're vouching for are having trouble with veterans who back then weren't even considered the elite young gunners of their class. So, for instance, Jack Boy a year or two ago got washed by Young Cannon, who Young Cannon has always been nice, but Young Cannon in 2009 and 10, he was considered in the second and third tier of that new wave of talent. You get what I'm saying? He never was looked at as, oh, he's going to be a main eventer in a couple of years from now. All right? Like, and he kind of just took Jack Boy to class. Same thing with John. Same thing with a lot of the younger guys who goes against these vets. I mean, look at your crown jewel in New Jersey Twerk. Fire. When it gets DNA, didn't look the same. When it gets Arsenal, didn't quite look the same. It's a difference. When it gets Clips, it didn't look the same. Fire first round didn't look the same. And these were guys who were young guys back then. So yes, it's more of you guys back then. So you do have to go through more people, if that was your argument. But the people you are going through don't really pose as big as a threat as the battlers that they had to go against, who were high caliber on their same level. Like, no offense to Fuse the General, he's nice, but Ace is clearly a better guy than Fuse. He's more well-rounded, he's more gifted. Young Ill wouldn't have had to go through him. Young Ill would have had to go through Calico and DNA. You get what I'm saying? It's a difference in skill level. So I can't agree with you guys there. I feel like you don't get extra credit for tune-up fights. You know, like, they got a young hot prospect boxer who has a big buzz about him, and so he builds his first 5 or 6 fights battling, not, I wouldn't say scrubs, but maybe some guys who just aren't as skilled as him, but might give him a little push, make it look interesting. That's what you guys are doing now. You guys are getting these tune-up fights to build your stock up, your portfolio, so when it's time to really get you in a big card or on a card with an actual legit name, we can have something to base it off of. Whereas they were just thrown into the ring with each other who were fellow killers. QP's first time on Smack was against B Magic. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a difference in skill level there. And B Magic's first time on was against John, I believe. So you guys gotta know that they was working with totally different circumstances. And it's not to knock what your guys doing. I understand it. I understand you guys got this whole campaign running to fuck the vets and you want them to come outside. But realize that you're privileged enough for you to say come outside and they actually come. Whereas in their time, the people they wanted to come outside would never even look twice at you guys. You get what I'm saying? So they were aiming. That's why this battle for versus Lux and versus Mook for Verb was so impactful, because he was calling them out then. Math Hoffa been wanting to battle Mook and Lux then, and they couldn't get these guys to come to the door, let alone come outside and off their porch. But the fact you got these platforms, and a vet really might seriously take one of you guys serious and take a battle with you guys. So I think you're selling that era short a little bit, and I think it was nonsense, as I said on Twitter when I read and listened to the clip and then watched the full episode in its entirety. It's a bit of nonsense, and I mean that respectfully, because for the most part, Drugz and Ace, talk with great intelligence when it comes to this battle rap stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that respectfully, guys. Don't hate me, but yeah, we ain't doing that. We not doing that.